Good evening everyone. I am honored to be here today to share some thoughts on the power of faith and trust in God. In this fast-paced world we live in, we often find ourselves struggling with various challenges and uncertainties that can sometimes leave us feeling lost, anxious, or overwhelmed. Yet, amidst all the chaos and confusion, we have something that can anchor us and guide us through the storms of life: our faith in God. For centuries, people from all walks of life have turned to God for comfort, guidance, and strength in times of need. Whether it's the ancient Israelites fleeing from Egypt, the early Christians facing persecution, or the countless believers throughout history who have faced trials and tribulations, faith in God has been a source of hope and resilience. But what exactly is faith? At its core, faith is a deep-seated trust and confidence in something or someone. For us as believers, that something is God, the creator of the universe, the source of all life and goodness, and the one who holds our destiny in his hands. When we put our faith in God, we acknowledge that he is in control, that he knows what's best for us, and that he is always working for our good, even when we can't see it. This is not to say that having faith is always easy or straightforward. In fact, at times it can be incredibly challenging, especially when we face hardships, disappointments, or setbacks that seem to shake our confidence in God's goodness and love. But even in those moments, we can take comfort in the fact that God is with us, that he understands our pain and struggles, and that he is working in ways that we might not understand or be aware of. As the Apostle Paul writes in Romans 8:28, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." This doesn't mean that everything that happens in our lives is good, but it does mean that God can take even the most difficult and painful experiences and use them for our ultimate benefit and growth. So, my friends, as we navigate the ups and downs of life, let us hold fast to our faith in God. Let us trust in his goodness and love, even when we can't see it. And let us remember that, no matter what happens, all things work together for good for those who love God and are called according to his purpose. As we continue on our journey of faith, we must remind ourselves that God's ways are not our ways, and his thoughts are not our thoughts. While we may not always understand why certain things happen in our lives, we can trust that God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything for our good. It's easy to lose faith when we face difficult circumstances, but it's in those moments that we need to hold on to our faith even tighter. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we should ask, "What is God trying to teach me through this?" By shifting our perspective, we can find meaning and purpose in even the most challenging situations. We must also remember that faith without action is dead. It's not enough to simply believe in God and his goodness. We must also act on that belief by living a life of love, kindness, and service to others. When we serve others, we are serving God, and we become a vessel for his love to flow through us. So let us continue to trust in God's plan for our lives, even when we don't understand it. Let us live our lives with purpose and passion, knowing that God is using every experience, every joy and every pain, to shape us into the person he created us to be. And let us always remember that with faith, all things are possible. As we go through life, we may encounter obstacles that seem insurmountable. We may feel lost, hopeless, and alone. But in those moments, it's important to remember that God is always with us, guiding us, and working behind the scenes to bring us the blessings we need. Sometimes, we may think that we know exactly what we need and how to get it. We may have a clear plan in our minds, and we may work tirelessly to achieve our goals. But what if I told you that sometimes, God has an even better plan for us, one that we may not even be aware of? Sometimes, God brings the solutions to our problems from unexpected people or paths, in sudden and surprising ways. Perhaps he was preparing us for those new blessings all along, and we just didn't realize it. When we trust in God and let go of our own plans, we open ourselves up to endless possibilities and new opportunities that we never even considered. So, my friends, I urge you to have faith and trust in God's plan for your life. Embrace the unexpected and keep an open mind, for you never know where God may be leading you. Remember, all things work together for good, and God has a plan for each and every one of us. Sometimes, God surprises us with blessings we never thought possible. He has a way of bringing solutions from unexpected people or paths, in sudden ways. It's almost as if he was preparing us for these new blessings all along. But it's not just the unexpected that God excels at. He is also capable of making things happen in ways that are bigger, greater, and better than we could ever imagine ourselves. When we think we have it all figured out, God shows us that his plans are far beyond what we could ever dream up. And the best part is, God is never late. Even when we think things are impossible, or that they won't work out anymore, God is already at work behind the scenes. He is orchestrating events and working miracles in ways we may not even be aware of yet. So, trust in God's timing and in His ability to bring about amazing things in your life. He is the ultimate problem solver and the creator of new possibilities. Believe that He can and will do more than you could ever ask or imagine, and watch as He works wonders in your life.